playing with this energy a little bit over the last few sessions, and don't worry if you haven't done those yet. You're here when you're meant to be here. Just see if you can mirror the type of shape I'm making here with the block and with the heels forward of the knees, and just rest your hands or your elbows onto your knees and come into taking some nice deep breaths here as you're listening. You're sitting up tall, you're feeling your weight anchored down into the block, trying to soften through the joints and the fingers. So as you're allowing the breath in, you're trying to allow tension out, particularly gripping through joints. So what feels right for today in terms of this exploration of our crown chakra, and as I'm saying this, you might like to take some breaths up to the top of the head, because off the mat you might have also felt many different energetic shifts. You know, since we've been aligning and energizing your wisdom centers, your relationship to people, places and things in this world, on this timeline, might have shifted quite significantly. You might feel that your body, your physical body is shifting quite significantly. And just, excuse me, remember that if that's happening, keep taking your deep breaths as you're listening. Be mindful of what you have been exploring with these sessions with me before you diagnose yourself as having some type of issue. I'm not undermining, of course, if you need to go to the doctor or you need to see a specialist, it's important, but I'm just inviting you to be mindful of the power of the energetic work that we are doing together. This can completely reset our entire relationship with everything. So with that being said, come and look for an arched position like you would in cat-cow. So you open the thighs, you'll notice I've opened my feet a little, I've got my forearms inside my thighs, and I invite in an open feeling through the front chain of my body, and I've lifted the chest. If you want to look up, you can. And then as I exhale, I play with closing the feet. You can brush the energy away and down your thighs as the arms reach forward. You could even interlock your fingers here, I don't mind. Your back is round like an angry cat. Now as you inhale, we go back into the arch. I instinctively here kind of wanted to do a cross of my wrists. You might not do that. And you press outward into the thighs, equal pressure through ball of big and middle toes and in the middle of your heels. Try not to roll your ankles. And then exhale as we pivot on the feet, we start to rock back. You might even energetically brush energy down through your thighs and out through your knees. Then inhale as you open. Exhale as you close. Inhale as you open, and it might not look exactly like what I'm doing. Exhale to close. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Try a few more of these at your own pace, in your own style, where you're inviting in expansion and contraction. Expansion and contraction. We've got a few more to go. Exhaling on contraction, inhaling on expansion. Just do one more and then let yourself sit with that. Deep breaths in and out through the nose now. Feet are active. Now, when you feel ready, and just with this flavour that you found, an awareness of the crown, this deep breath flowing in and out of the body, this sense of expansion and contraction, where we're going to allow ourselves just to move through a flow that allows us to, for want of the better phrase, flow and let go. trusting that what we've played with so far, right up until this point in our life, is relevant, important, it matters, and it's taken us to where we are right now, in this, how this flow will feel right now, if we let it. If we let the shapes be conduits to something deeper, as opposed to just something else to do. So when you're ready, we're going to remove the block, pop it to one end of your mat, and then come and stand up nice and tall. If you're facing the monitor, I would take your mat to the left hand, your block to the left side, front side. Open the legs like this and turn them out, and take your arms up into a star like this. Big breath in. Exhale, sit down into a high balasana, cactus arms like this. Breathe in. Now exhale for that contraction. Toes forward, elbows touch, you round your back. Inhale into expansion as you open. Exhale to close, you've rounded. Inhale to open. One more time, exhale to close. Invitation for a lion's breath on this. So we open, stick the tongue out, exhale. Come back up into star, breathe in. Warrior two, facing the right or will be your left as you exhale. Flip the front palm, take a reverse here as you breathe in. This is twisting half moon as you breathe out. Cartwheel your hands down to the floor, grab a hold of the block, which will no doubt be in your right hand, which will come under the right shoulder. Weight will be in the left leg as the right leg's back, left hand to lower back. You might even extend that arm up. Breathe here for 3, for 2, hands to the ground, step the back foot back and pop that knee to the ground. Right hand inside left foot, we take this into gecko pose as you open that arm all the way around. You can even tuck back toes and lift back knee. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to the ground, knee to the ground. Gently pivot on that back knee. So you will be coming into a modified side plank. Right hand under right shoulder, opposite leg up, opposite arm up. Big breath in. Exhale, place the foot back down. Pivot back around to that front edge of the mat. Step that front foot back, you are now on your knees, squeeze your bottom. Notice my tailbone is long. Bend your elbows and straighten them. 2 more, bend and press. 1 more time, go all the way to ground, inhale into your back bend and exhale into child's pose. And just let yourself settle there. If you've just got the one block, invitation just to slide it up to the other edge of your mat. Let yourself settle there in your child's pose. Keep taking those deep breaths. You're extending the breath beyond the parameters of the body. So try taking your inhale above the crown of your head. Try taking the exhale all the way through and out the toes, the tip of the toes. So we're taking our energy awareness outside of our physical layer. Playing with this concept of energetics. We've worked a little bit around your Atma, your spirit that lives inside this physical structure. Find your way into down dog. We're going to face the other side of the mat here. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. Chin in, tummy in, and roll it up. Sweep the arms up, breathe in. Now step left foot forward into a warrior two as you breathe out. Star pose facing the monitor, breathe in. Cactus arms, Haimalasana, breath out. Breathe in here. Contraction now, exhale, round your back, toes forward. Might feel a bit weird because it might feel a bit different. Inhale, expansion. Exhale, contraction, tummy in. Inhale, expansion. One more time to contract. Then you've got your lion's breath, exhale, tongue out. Star pose, breathe in. Warrior two, facing opposite side now. So if you're with me, you've no doubt got your right foot forward. Flip the front palm, reverse, inhale. Cartwheel the hands down to the floor and take that right hand to the block, or be your left hand, as we go towards your twisting half moon. Left hand under left shoulder, left leg up, right arm to the place. Mine is to my lower back, but you might reach it up or out. Big breath in. We're going to step this straight back now. Exhale, foot steps back, bring both hands to the ground. Left hand inside right foot, you take this into your gecko, where you could drop the back knee if you wish. 3, 2, now we're pivoting towards the knee that's on the ground because we're taking this into a modified side plank. So the leg will lift, arm either up or behind the head for 3, for 2. Now foot comes down, we're going to pivot now towards this front knee. Hands under shoulders, step back. Knees to ground, breathe in. Exhale, bend your elbows, come on down. Inhale there into that little back bend. And exhale, we'll send it back to child's pose. About 3 to 5 breaths. Notice if there is any type of reaction or self-talk around the difference between one side to other. Try and not allow that to be a thing. You're going underneath what the shapes look like, or the outer surface of things, i.e., you know, whether something is right or wrong or good or bad. In order to get underneath this physical structure, what we perceive with these eyes, we're trying to look into our third eye, which is coming inward and goes beyond that sense of judging or analysing the shapes or the flow as you go along, but more just being in every moment. We're going to flow that together again. It'll be a little bit faster this time. I promise I'll keep my cues to the point. Grab a hold of your block, bring it back up the other edge of the mat. Find your way into a down dog, and then walk your feet up towards your hands as you come rolling up. Step back so you're into star facing the monitor. Big breath in. Cactus arms, exhale. Inhale there, exhale, close. Inhale, open. exhale, close. One more time to open and close. Now we're going to do an open just on a lion's breath. Breathe in, exhale, lion's breath. Inhale into star. Warrior two, be over your left leg, exhale. Flip the front palm, reverse. Cartwheel the hands down into your twisting half moon. Right hand down to floor or block. Right leg up, left arm up. Big breath in. We're going to step this back. Back foot, tap it down first. Both hands to ground, get steady. Gecko pose as you sweep that left arm back and around. Big breath in. Exhale, hands to ground, pivot on the back knee. So you're coming into a modified side plank. Take a big breath in. Now exhale, hand down, turn towards the knee that's on the floor. Step that leg back, bring both knees to ground. Tricep press up, 1. And straighten, 2 more. Bend and press. 1 more time. Go all the way to ground. Inhale into the back bend. And exhale, take it back to a down dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Grab a hold of your block and then just pop it to the other end of the mat. Hands walk back to the feet, chin in, tummy in, and slowly roll up. Step the opposite foot forward and come up into star. Big breath in. Exhale into cactus arms. Let's go inhale, close. Exhale, open. Inhale, close. Exhale, open. 1 more with the lion's breath on the exhale. Star, breathe in. Warrior two, facing the other way, breathe out. Flip the front palm, breath in. Cartwheel the hands down, grab a hold of the block, being your opposite hands. That same leg up, opposite arm up. Big breath in. Step the foot back, exhale. Hand to ground. Take this into your gecko pose. Big breath in. Exhale, back knee to the ground. Gently pivot on that back knee. Find your side plank. Big breath in. Exhale, both knees down to the floor. Hands to the floor. Breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Chest up, breathe in. Exhale into child's pose and take about 3 to 5 breaths. Exactly as you are in those breaths. Exactly as you are. After the last breath, come and stand onto your knees. I'm going to do this facing you. If you are facing either end of the mat, you can still double it over like this. Place the block like this in between your thighs. Hands can come onto the lower back. You can go fingers up, you can go out, you can go down. And tuck your toes under at the back. Before you go anywhere, have a play with the wrap of your thighs around the block. So rather than just squeezing inward, the thighs are wrapping around and out. It's that expansion. So as you're doing that, it's like the hips are broadening. You'll feel the inner thighs spinning forward. You'll know if you get it because the block will move a little bit. And if you're not sure if you're getting it, don't stress. Just play with the energy. There's more of an inward wrap that goes out and around as opposed to just a crushing in. You start to lift the chest, lift the eyes, shoulders back. Now you can stay there as long as you're okay for 3, 2, head comes up and then to just take a seat for a moment, let yourself digest. especially this front side opening. Just see how that feels for you. Now bring your hands to your heels. Keep your left hand on. As you lift the hips up now, I'm going to invite you to bring your right arm across the body, forward, and then stretch it back. Now bring the arm forward, other hand comes around, and exhale as you stretch. Inhale forward, exhale, keep squeezing that block. One more time, big breath in. Now you can stay here or find a full camel. Head can go back for 3, 2. Gently come up on 1 and take a seat. If your block's slowly starting to slide down, just readjust and breathe. This would be a really effective class to do as a part 2 to any of your precursor crown series, of which I think there are at least 3. And if you're coming into this session fresh off the mark and you haven't had any of those sessions yet, don't hesitate to reach out and let me know, so that if you want a longer practice, you can have this as a part 2. This would be a part 2 session. Now last time, when you're ready, grab the heels, tuck the toes. Keep right hand on, left arm sweeps forward and around, breathe in. Exhale, change sides, big breath in. Exhale, change sides, big breath in. Exhale, change sides, big breath in. Option to come into full camel, squeeze the block, let your head go, let it go. 5. Make sure you're breathing. 4. For 3. For 2. Gently come up on 1, take a seat. Pop your block down to one side, just try and sit just as you are. When you feel ready, just come down onto your bum. Bend the knees, feet flat on the floor. Rock back behind your sit bones like this. Now just rock your back a little bit. Inhale and exhale, curl it up. 2 more. Inhale, rock it back. Exhale, curl it up. 1 more time as you rock it back. And then exhale, curl it up. And now we're going one way down. 5, 4, 3. Try and keep the feet down. 2, 1. And just take a moment once you've landed. Draw the knees in. You could keep them here or look for a dead bug or happy baby, where you're pressing your lower back down towards the floor. You can even rock it a little bit here from side to side. And I invite you to try and stay there for a few breaths. For 4, for 3, for 2, gently release on 1, please, and just let yourself open up into Shavasana. Make sure you're comfortable. So if you need to have a bit of a wiggle around to get that spot, do. Let your palms face up, let the toes flop open. Nose towards the chin so you get the length in the back of the neck. So you're in an expansive position, open. If you find yourself that more and more off the mat you have become more open to possibility, you've been open to this invitation to romance really your spirit, to get underneath all the physical layers and really start to train your consciousness of what might be possible and who you are underneath this physical structure. Could it then be possible, if you are an energetic being, that in this time, in this timeline, you are inside this physical structure? If you believe that you're energy, could it be possible then to consider where that energy goes when it's not inside what people see on the outside? Could it expand our consciousness to what could be possible? Timelines, energies. And could it help us to really dive into the gratitude of what we have here on Earth in this physical structure, what we can experience that we can't experience in the same way if we are just energy? Just keep taking nice deep breaths, and if this is resonating with you at all, it can be a really helpful practice, particularly if you journal or sometimes you find gratitude lists difficult, depending on your mental state at the time. If you're open, you're consciously open to this suggestion that we are energy living, we are a source living at present inside this form, could it give us a shift in how we relate to anything around us that we could not do in the same way if we weren't presented in this way right now? The feel of texture on our skin, watching a tree blow in the wind, the depth of emotion that we feel in this human experience. Could it then help us to navigate our way through this experience we are all having in this timeline, on this planet, right now? And if you're still with me, interestingly enough, with all this chakra energy work I've been researching in depth now for over a year, and it might be because I'm slow on the uptake, but it only really dawned on me just last week, having been studying some planetary stuff at the same time. Oh my goodness, that the chakras, it's like looking into space. And then suddenly, this sense of expansion about the outer universe being within. Everything that we see in this third eye that we can palm off as nothing. Oh, it's just I just see a light. Or I just see this weird hazy shape. Suddenly it all has a meaning, and not in an over-dramatic bad way, but in a way that helps us realise that we matter, that our lives matter. The consciousness, not just of our actions, of our words, and right down to our thoughts. Words matter. Sticks and stones, all that, I'm not sure that's the case. People can go for their entire life having to work through trauma related to words that have been said to them as a child. Take a look at your monitor and give yourself at least 5 more minutes, please. Your inner wisdom centers, that inner universe, the thing that you are becoming more conscious of, that we look outwardly for, but it's already within energetically. Hence, how we're working into this crown chakra. I hope you've enjoyed the session. I hope you enjoyed the flow. I'm always interested in your feedback. Another 5 minutes here, please. Namaste.